Hey everybody, it's Richie V. Um, I'm a little stuttery right now because, I took a cleansing bath tonight, and I always find them so relaxing. And with all this energy stuff going on, gets a little gets a little intense. I mean, I adamantly follow guidance and like my oversoul, and knowing the celestial starlighters are pretty freaking close to God. Um, I am always very full steam ahead, and I watched a video tonight about twin flames and divine unions and union energies and all that stuff, and I had already come out of the realization that I don't have a twin flame. I know that my divine energy mate or my union energy mate, I am here guiding on Gaia, and this goes back millions of years, and we've just been recycling since, was to help them grow, uh, which was something that I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And, at this point, he's kind of not like waking up, but after having a galactic light DNA activation session, which I am very fluent in, I can basically understand whenever I'm channeling. Most of it does translate, but a lot of it doesn't translate. It's a heart-centered speak. I had an activation that I recorded tonight. Um, but the conversation was very, what do you call it? Like, if he doesn't want to wake up and blah blah blah, you're all gonna understand this song and dance. I'm like, well, I'm willing to move forward. We can be apart and be together at the same time. I don't gotta be with them every single night and day. But it was getting like one of my new guides, and he's pretty up there, was very firm, and it made me feel like I wasn't doing my job, but not where I'm like, yeah, I'm sitting down watching TV all day, not doing my job. I am drawing, I am channeling, I am cleaning house, I'm doing everything under the sun. And I just, I tell everybody, I died last year, and most of my life I was the unconditional love and never felt unconditional love. And now I finally have that, and it's like it's time to walk away from it. And I'm like, isn't there something we can do? And firm, because everyone's excited for the ascension. It's not just here on Gaia. And I legit cried, but not in a fearful cry or a begging I want cry. I can't put my fingers on how the crying was, but it it touched what they're telling me as the entire spectrum, because this Vorn, I'm guided to say his name, Vorn of the Celestials, Starlighters, actually, and I've never encountered this before, and it's actually really comforting in a way. Um, my primary guide, I had to reach out to her. Her name is actually Pink, and since I've been on this soul journey, she's wanted me to draw her for a while. I don't know if she's there. Is she there? Yeah, I think she's there. And today I reached back out to her because I've been so busy with other guides and stuff that I finally got around to drawing her, and it's been quite a while since I found my primary guide. And when she showed up like that, because she's always there. They're all always there. Just because we're meeting new guides, new frequencies, blah blah blah, our other guides are always there. They just step back as new ones step forward. And apparently, she gave the other one a little talking to. So it's showing me that things are not much different up there. It's just different down here. But a lot still is the same, which is why we are the way we are down here. We're all from them, and we're all from God, made in his image. But Vorn actually came back and apologized and said, we have actually forgotten and we're not aware of exactly what you've been through. So we also can't assume that every single guide knows everything that's going on with us. There's other things that I've been trying to get through, and he actually turned around and he's like, "Oh, we kind of dropped the ball on that one." And when they gave me the whole, I've seen the visual spectrum of a lot. They're like, "Do you see why we might have missed that little fine thing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I could see that." And to think that because they're up there, that they know everything, it don't work like that. I didn't know that. But what it did for me was something I don't, maybe other you guys out there have encountered this. It made me feel a little more connected to them, and made them feel a little more connected to me. um and I'm not looking for you to have an opinion or a judgment on this. That I wasn't even going to post this, and they're like, "No, you need to post this." I'm like, "No, this needs to get up there on like the higher self or DNA Awakening or one of the other ones that have massive followers. Like, this is going to touch like one or two people." They're like, "Well, why don't you just post this video?" Because they actually said what just transpired is going to go through the spectrum. And they're actually reevaluating how to be a little more compassionate, because I've encountered people that are like, "You don't have to do everything your guides tell you, and you can tell them no." And I'm like, "But something doesn't feel right. Like, if I'm being guided to do it, there's reasons behind that. And if I tell them no, why would I tell them no? Like, I mean, they're not asking me to jump off a cliff. They're asking me to be social and go talk to people. They're not asking me to put myself in harm's way. They're asking me to step up and go do this. Maybe try that. Maybe try this. They're not asking me to burn all my money. They're not asking me to do all this. What they're asking me to do is for the greater of all. And this moment was just, it was like, really? I mean, to the point where I'm like, sitting here, I'm going, maybe behind these energy waves, like, can't you send out maybe like a little lullaby to let people know that we know you're working hard, or something? Because what I felt tonight, I couldn't recreate the emotion wave that I sent out. I just know that, like I said, I wasn't begging. It wasn't out of fear. It was out of love, like legit love. And I've always resonated with a very unconditional love, and always had a hard time always fully exploding that in my whole energy being, because when I would, what would come back would be like a heart with a pin in it. That is the best description. A heart with a pin in it. And when you would hug that heart, it was like, ow! Like that. But yeah, so, it's a two-way street. They're called guides for a reason. It's guidance. Um, and even my oversoul is, apparently, when you get that close to God, because they're all ascending, we're all ascending, we all want to go back to God. You forget what it's like to feel and be in this kind of spectrum. And he himself, like, I've called him in back a few times, and Pink was like, he's taking space. And I'm like, "Wait, what? They take space?" And she's like, "He's taking space." And she's Arcturian, by the way. Like, I never knew that until tonight, because I was just like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm totally going to tell on myself. Like, when I first saw her, I was like, "Oh, okay, she's cute, pink alien, whatever." And then I Googled, and I didn't even know what an Arcturian was. And I saw visuals. I'm like, "Oh, I guess she's Arcturian." And I'm like, "No, I can't possibly be talking to something that high. And they look gooey and weak. I want to be something stronger." That was all ego. And that's why I'm going to tell myself now. But now I know she's not just Arcturian. She's a high queen Arcturian who's in her own ascension process. Okay, I like that. And it is what it is, right? But I'm still in this, like, I can't put it into words. It's like pure light, pure love right now. but it's like my heart's being bathed, and the best way to describe it, in like a bubble bath with like fucking rainbows and sprinkles and sparkles and bing 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 bing. I just and I just wanted to share that they really wanted me to be the one to share this moment, and they're telling me that I'm gonna see it somewhere in the YouTube channels, just like I always do. So I think there may be a little more compassion coming through. Maybe they're gonna throw out waves behind the waves that are coming in. Maybe people's guides will be a little softer, or a little more mindful of really being diligent and checking the energetical journey that us as individuals are going through. Because, yeah, the ascension is great, unity consciousness is great, but we are still all individual. And I have never experienced this before. Usually it's, I get a whole round of guides. I'm like, okay, let's just blah, 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 blah. All right. Oh, I got a multi-dimensional. Oh, okay, blah, 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 blah. Oh, timeline jumping. Oh, okay, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, got it. And this was like, it was like, do you know how much I'm doing down here? I know you guys doing a lot up there. Do you know how much is going on down here? You know what I've been through? Hello? And it wasn't whining. I keep going back. It wasn't whining or complaining or bitching. It was like, I come home and I'm like, all right, what do I need to get done? What do I need to focus on? Like, two careers. This two careers. Whether you want to call energy work a career or not, or ascension, it's still a career, because you're working. You're still working. It's not the 3D Matrix kind of job, but it's still a job. You know. Right now, I do this, and I do this out of love. All this I share this out of love. Like, I see a world where money doesn't exist, and they keep reminding me, you got to go to work and make money. You got to go to work and make money. Do this until you get yourself transitioned to this. So, we're literally both thanking each other for our lessons. And Pink is actually saying, you're welcome. Which, yeah, they have sarcasm up there. One day soon, right? One day soon. One day soon. All right, well, much love, my loves. This was a real, just kind of putting it out there, what I've just experienced. What did I say before? It makes me feel a little more at ease is the best way to describe it. And a little bit more like we truly are one. Not just down here, but all over. All through, seen, unseen. I mean, yeah, we're just gonna roll with the way I just did that. But yeah. Namaste, beautifuls. Give somebody a hug, or smile at somebody, or do something from the heart. That's this video's charitable request. Yeah.